Hello, this is Caroline Nixon, and today I'm going to share with you 15 steps to loving yourself slimmer. That sounds a little daunting, but bear with me. I'm going to run through these rather quickly. I actually have done other videos where I break it down, although that was only a 10-step process. I have since learned more and really gotten into the energy of what else needs to occur for you to be able to release weight with more ease, more soul alignment, and less restrictions. Okay, so let's get to it. And you can, if you wouldn't mind, like, subscribe, share, notification button so that I can get the word out. If you know any spiritual women who are struggling with their weight and want a different way, because let me just, spoiler alert, diets alone they may work in the short term, but unless you are really dealing with the underlying root cause of your weight issue, the emotions, the programming, the beliefs, the past traumas, past life stuff, unless you're dealing with it all and working with it and uncovering it and healing it and integrating it, you might lose weight, okay? You could go on the keto diet and you could drop a bunch of weight like that. But will it last? Is it something that you can really rely on, okay? I'm talking about big picture lifestyle shifts, okay? So let's get to it. And I've got my list over here, so you're gonna see me looking over here because I don't wanna miss anything, okay? So the first thing you gotta do is you have to make up your mind and decide. Do you actually want to release weight? Maybe you don't. Maybe, maybe you're not ready. Maybe you are shoulding on yourself. I should lose weight. I should get healthier, okay? If you are shoulding on yourself, you might want to take a step back and really ask yourself, do I actually really want to release weight? Because if you're not crystal clear, this is my decision. I have decided right now I'm going to release 30 pounds or whatever. I'm ready to commit to myself, loving myself more. Unless you are like decided, right? You're going to struggle and you're going to waver and you may not see the results that you want. Okay. Also, you can decide that the whole process is going to be easier. Okay. What you believe, what you plug your beliefs into, what you think is true for you will be your experience. So, plug into beliefs that you want to believe. I believe that it can be easier. I believe that I can still eat the foods that I love and release weight. Okay. I believe that XYZ, okay? And we're gonna get back into beliefs in just a minute. So number one, make up your mind and decide. Number two, set your intentions. What's your goal? How do you wanna feel? That is a great goal. I want to feel confident in my body. Boom, that's a great goal. Because if you have if you get into the energy of how you want to feel, you can look for ways right now to get into that energy. And then the whole process is easier. A lot of us, maybe I'm speaking to you, want to I'm going to say lose weight because that's the old way. I believe we release it. If we lose something, we're going to find it, right? But in, old paradigms are, I want to lose weight because I hate my body. I want to lose weight because I'm fat or I'm gross or I'm late. I want to lose weight because, and it's negative. When you set your intentions and really get into the energy of how you want to feel and then begin to look for ways to feel that way now. How can I feel confident today? Maybe it is wearing something, a color that lights me up. Maybe it's spending a little extra time on my hair or my makeup or whatever it is for you, okay? I'm not saying it has to be physical, but that is a really easy way to get into, if you're wearing a big baggy, color that doesn't really suit your complexion, and you might not feel your best. I'm not saying I don't wear sweatpants at home. I do. But when you spend that extra few moments loving on yourself, then it makes you feel better, makes you feel more confident. Maybe you're standing a little straighter. See, I'm like this, and I went like that, right? Okay. Still with number 2. See, some of these, there's a lot built into these steps. There's more than 15 probably. It's really good to have a long-term goal, so like in 6 months, okay? And a short-term goal, like maybe a month. For some people, it needs to be a weekly goal. For some other people, a daily goal, okay? So you begin to think about like so maybe, for instance, my 6-month goal would be to release 50 pounds in 6 months, in 9 months. Okay, so that could be your long-term goal, something to kind of keep you focused. This is my goal. And then if you do like a weekly goal, you can say, every day this week, I'm going to walk for 10 minutes after I eat, or I'm going to walk my dog, or I'm going to add some nutrition to my meal. You know what I mean? Like breaking it down. And if that feels like so overwhelming, then do it by the day, right? Today I'm going to eat, I'm going to have, a protein packed smoothie or something like that. Okay. So you get the drill. You get it. Okay. Number 3, give yourself and your body permission to release the weight. This can be huge. Sounds simple, but it can be something as simple as hands on your heart, deep breath in. I give myself and my body permission. It is safe to release this weight for good. Ba-boom. Okay? Number 4, forgive yourself. Woo, this one can be big. This one can be big. Forgiving yourself. Forgiving yourself for being a mean girl to yourself for so many years, for berating yourself. And, I'm not talking about when we talk about to our friends, like, oh, I'm so fat, girl. Oh, look at my butt, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking about the thoughts that we think 24/7 about ourselves in the private recess of our mind. Okay? There's a lot of us that are kind of mean to ourselves. So forgiving yourself, okay? And that can be, you can forgive yourself for being overweight, for holding on to extra weight, for getting out of shape, for hating your body, for berating yourself. You can forgive yourself for lots of different things. This can be a journal process. This can just be standing in front of a mirror and talking to yourself and looking yourself in the eyes. I have made a visualization exercise that goes into this a little bit. It's a separate video, so you can take a look for that, and that can help you with this. Okay, so that's number 4. Number 5. This is a big one. Well, they're all big. You want to examine your beliefs with a fine-tooth comb, okay? You have a gazillion beliefs based on your life experiences, your upbringing, what you took from your parents or grandparents or family or friends, the collective, what society says is beautiful, what society says is healthy and attractive. If you had a parent, a mom, a grandma, an aunt, a sister who struggled with losing weight, releasing weight, you may have grown up believing I have to eat, I kid you not, I grew up, my mom struggled with her weight her whole life, and she would yo-yo big time. And I remember when I don't even know how old I was. I was young. I was like 3, 4. And that's when you're like a little, empathic psychic sponge, just taking it all in, right? Because your filters aren't very strong yet. You don't have the boundaries in place. You're learning from your environment. My mom literally would eat green beans out of a can, and that was her diet. And that's what she felt like she had to do to lose weight. And guess what? Yeah, it worked. She dropped weight like that. But as soon as she stopped just eating green beans, she didn't deal with any of the emotional stuff. She gained the weight right back. And a lot of times, you know, you lose a lot of weight and you see these diets and these people have these dramatic results, and that's awesome. But, you know, if you maybe follow them 6 months down the line, a year down the line, if they haven't worked on the other things that got them there to begin with, they probably have gained the weight back plus some. Maybe this is you, okay? And maybe you're attributing it to the fact that you believe weight loss is hard, you have to eat a certain way, you can't eat this, you have to eat that. All of that. Okay, I'm taking a deep breath because it's huge. And this is where it can be really important to have somebody to help you with your belief work, to help you even recognize what you believe. But what you can do is you can, let me just make sure I'm getting all this here. What you can do is you can get out some paper, or get your Word doc out, and you can write down or type all the things that you believe. So here's your question. In order to lose weight, in order to release weight, in order to slim down, I have to, and list them all out. I have to give up sweets. I have to go on a diet. I have to eat only lettuce. I have to eat only meat. I have to eat only vegetables. I have to be a vegan. I have to be a carnivore. I have to be a keto. I have to go to the gym 8 days a week. Okay, you get my picture. And then after you've written them all down, and honestly, in the work that I do with my clients one-on-one and in my group programs, we literally, thousands of beliefs that we don't even, like, you might not even believe that you can, okay? Or that you're worthy enough or smart enough, or that you are lovable enough. I mean, there's so many beliefs that we plug into, okay? So that's what I do. That's part of what I do when I work with people. But what you can do is you can write them all down, and then you can take, and this should take you a while. This isn't like a 5-minute exercise. This is something that you really want to spend some time with, if you choose, right? And you can actually go and look at them, and you can ask yourself, do I want to believe this anymore? Am I choosing to believe this anymore? Or is this something outdated that I'm ready to let go of? And you can let go of it, okay? A lot of times people need more help with this one, I'm gonna be honest, okay? All right, number 6, boom. Be open to receive inspiration, aha moments, intuitive guidance, and healing signs, if you will. As soon as you've decided and you've set your intentions and you've done the other steps, be willing, be open to new ways of thinking, okay? To new ways of experiencing your life. You might, hear a conversation, someone might mention a book to you, you may see my course or, my program and be like, oh my God, this is what I need. Or it could be somebody else, okay? You can see something to catch your eye. Be open and receptive to that, because here's the thing. If you're watching this video, what you've done in the past is maybe not working for you. And maybe, just maybe, it's time to look at something different. Look for something different, widening your perspective, okay? So be willing to be open, okay? And be willing to shift and change your beliefs. A lot of times we just dig into our beliefs and we fight tooth and nail for our beliefs and our excuses, and we get into all different kinds of energies like victim energy and martyr energy, that those aspects of self that maybe it's time to look at and heal and integrate, okay? Number 7, begin implementing the 10-10-10 rule, okay? This is something I came up with because I am I'm a busy person. You're probably a busy person. And we sometimes believe and think that, we have to do all of these things and they're going to take so long, and we never do any of them because we're afraid it's going to take too long and I'm too tired, I don't have time, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, nope, 10, 10, 10. I heard it like from my guides. So here's the 10, 10, 10. 10 minutes of either deep breathing or visualization, in the morning, okay? So, or meditation, spending 5-10 minutes, okay? It's not a hard and fast rule, but really just being in your body, taking deep breaths, calling back your energy, being here now, okay? 10 minutes of that. 10 minutes of brain dumping or journaling. Again, I'm adding visualizing, goal setting, doing energy healing. A lot of people that I work with are already healers in and of themselves. So maybe spending, that 10 minutes working on yourself, all right? A lot of times as healers, we're given to everybody else, or mothers or grandmothers, women, we like to give, okay? Allow yourself to receive the healing as well, okay? And then 10 minutes of moving your body. Okay, that can be stretching, strength training, walking, yoga, swimming, blah, 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 blah. You can get, the older I get, I'm 51, the older I get, the less I actually push it. I have a sort of a gym set up in my garage. For my age, I'm about strength training, and you can do a lot of strength training in 10 minutes. I'm not going to tell you how to exercise. There's a million different websites and videos and stuff you can watch about that. But just 10 minutes of exercise, of movement. For me, it's about being active all day long. But when you can give yourself 10 minutes, like first thing in the morning, okay, so right now we're at 30 minutes, okay? That's not a lot of time to do all these things. That's, you can do it quickly, okay? It's about, for me, it's about getting into having an active lifestyle, but also, doing these important activities, brain dumping, journaling, digging, giving yourself healing, doing some stretching, doing the visualization of the new you that you are becoming, super powerful, okay? Moving your body has a lot of physiological benefits as well as mental and emotional and spiritual. Doing those three things every single day, okay? That's only 30 minutes. Now you get bonus points if you spend some extra time, doing some self-care, adding some stretching after your strength training, that kind of thing. And I'm not saying you have to set an alarm, although, if you like to do that, you can, okay? But for a lot of us, we haven't consistently done these things. So it's time to get consistent. And that goes back to number 1, which is deciding, making that decision, making that commitment to yourself, okay? Number 8, add more water to your day. Boom. Most of us are dehydrated. Dehydration causes all kinds of problems in your body, one of which is it's harder for your body to release weight, okay? Number 9, adding more nutrition to your day. Now, this is a hot topic because what does that mean? There are people in this camp that says you have to be raw vegan. There's people over here that says, nope, carnivore, only meat, okay? I tend to believe that we are all unique. I also believe that our dietary needs can change day by day. It's why it's really important, in my view, to check in with your body. Hands on your heart. Body, 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 what do you need today? Now, if your body is telling you it needs a Twinkie, that's probably not your body. That's probably maybe your inner child is feeling neglected and wants a Twinkie because you've got these strange beliefs that you celebrate with food, okay? Those things are cleared in step number 5. So, but what does that mean? Okay, so again, this is something that you need to look at your beliefs around and decide. I will tell you this right now, just know this. There are people that are on the carnivore diet. That means they're like meat and eggs and maybe cheese, dairy, okay? There are people on the vegan diet, so no animal products at all. These people have research to support their way of eating. These people have research to support their way of eating. And then you've got all the ways in between, okay? That doesn't mean that this one's good for you, this one's bad for you, or vice versa, okay? You are unique biochemically, okay? And depending on your medical history and what you've got going on in your body, one of these might be better for you. Society has told us that this way, or vegetarian or whatever, is healthier than this. I'm not here to argue your beliefs with you. I'm just telling you so that you know there are really great arguments on both sides. So that's why it's really important for you to either work with someone that's going to help you uncover intuitively, or getting into the energy of really tuning into your body and asking it what it needs. And a simple way to do that is to eat something and see how you feel afterwards. If you eat a giant sandwich at lunchtime and 20 minutes later you're passed out on the couch because you're so tired because your body's trying to digest, then you might want to look at that. Maybe eating a sandwich in the middle of the day is not best for my body, okay? I think one of the biggest things that we need to work on when thinking about releasing weight is how we have demonized foods. And I get into this with my one-on-one clients, I get into this with my group programs, but if you have the belief that meat is bad, or sugar is bad, or this is bad and wrong, that's fine if that's your belief. But you can set yourself up for this inner struggle, this inner war, because if you're saying and you think and you believe and you know, right? I know it's so bad. And you think that eating cake is bad, and then you maybe eat the cake and you've got all of these negative beliefs with eating cake, but you eat the cake anyway, and everything is frequency and everything is vibration, then you're eating negative frequencies and vibration, okay? My approach is becoming neutral with all foods and clearing up all of those beliefs around the foods. And what happens is that almost magically, you begin to crave those foods, okay? Those foods that are healthiest and most nourishing for you, okay? So it's not about avoiding and restricting and, oh my God, they're so bad. It's about, you know what? I can eat the cake and I know that I'm safe, and I know that my body will process it perfectly, beautifully, because I have done all of this inner work, okay? And now I'm kind of neutral, all right? I hope that makes sense. Can be really big if you've struggled with diets. If you've been on diets your whole life, this can be challenging, okay? All right, that's number 9. Number 10, quality sleep, making sure that you're getting quality sleep. All I'm gonna say about that is if, your body repairs itself as you sleep. If you're not getting quality sleep, if your sleep is disrupted, or you get up a lot or you wake up a lot, there's something going on in your circadian rhythm that is keeping you from getting the rest that your body needs to repair itself. And then you wake up, and this becomes a vicious cycle of not sleeping well, not getting enough rest, because in this society, people that are tired and overworked, it's like applauded almost, like, oh, you're so busy, you get so much done. That's old school paradigm. I don't believe we have to do that anymore. Check in with your beliefs. Do you believe you have to do that? There might be some other things going on. Maybe you got boundary issues and you can't say no, okay? So you might want to look at that. But if you're not getting that sleep, you can wake up tired, and then, you are too tired to exercise. You're too tired to do the self-care routine. And then you dash out the door, maybe just drinking caffeine, and you just keep going. And then your adrenals are shot because you're stressed out. I mean, it's kind of like a little bit of a roller coaster when we're not getting enough sleep. There are many things you can do to help with sleep, and I go into that when I work with people. Okay. Number 11, we're getting there, y'all. Number 11, it can be good to detox your body, detox your environment. The air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat is not as pure and clean and, full of nutrients as it once was. Okay. And then you add, EMFs, everybody's in front of a screen, not being hydrated, using cleaning products that are really they're toxic, using paints and floor varnishes and carpet glue and all the things we do in our home, mold toxicity. What else? EMFs, I said. What did I miss? Xenoestrogens. Oh, that's a big deal. Not eating the foods that nourish our body, eating a lot of fast processed foods. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that's what we do. And then we're not getting the nutrients we need. And then our body is full of toxins. And then we're not moving our body as much. So the toxins are literally festering. Yes, I said festering in our intestinal system. And then we might have candida overgrowth as a result of eating way too much sugary foods because we're eating to numb ourselves out, and we're eating to celebrate, we're eating to console, and we haven't healed that relationship with ourselves yet. So you might get a candida overgrowth. You also can get something called SIBO, which is small intestinal bacteria overgrowth. That happens when the junction point ileocecal valve between the large intestine and the small intestine isn't closing properly and opening properly, and you get a backup of bacteria. And then if your villi in your small intestine aren't working properly and those junctions become loose, food can get out when it's not supposed to and cause all kinds of irritation, all kinds of allergies that people that have a ton of food allergies they got some junction issues, and you might want to look at that. Okay. So, basically we are surrounded by toxins. It can even be from the makeup you use, the hair products, all the body care products, from food coloring, food additives, all of it. Okay. And that's not to overwhelm you, although it might, but it's to educate you and to get you thinking about what you're putting on your body. What you put on your body goes in your body. Everything goes through your liver. Okay. It's time to put your hand on your liver, right hand side of your body, kind of underneath your rib cage, and just give your liver some love, because our livers are overworked, and you want to look at your digestion. So you can look at doing a detox. Now, always, I'm not giving you medical advice ever. I might give you intuitive guidance if we work together, but I am not a doctor. So you need to work with your doctor and look at the medications that you may be on, or the conditions or whatever diagnoses that you've had, before starting any detox program. But there's a lot of different things you can do. And I didn't even mention heavy metals. Heavy metals are a big one too. So that is number 11. You can see how these are big steps, right? Okay, number 12 is, it kind of goes along the lines with number 5. It's doing your inner work. So it's journaling, brain dumping, meditating, listening to your body, visualizing yourself slimmer every single day, getting into that habit and that routine, checking your relationships, checking your boundaries, knowing what your triggers are, okay? Preparing, having a plan, okay? It's not about being anal and be like, I can only eat this meal and, and having the blinders on. It's about I'm going to a party where I know everybody's going to be drinking and they're serving whatever, and I am choosing to make different choices for myself, so setting yourself up accordingly. Or doing the inner healing and going and enjoying yourself without overdoing it, without having guilt, because eating guilt is not going to do you any good. Okay. What else? Okay, and then also in this step 2 is something I just say, blessing your food. So I send energy healing to my food every meal. It can be, now I do modalities, so I do that, but you can just, people used to pray, maybe you still do, praying before you eat. If you don't pray, it doesn't have to be in any religious sense. It can just be like, bless this food for the nourishment of my body. Everything sometimes I'll say, everything I eat is absolutely used by my body. My body knows exactly what to do. My body is a well-oiled machine. Like, that's how I talk to my body. I talk to myself like that all day long, and a lot of times it's out loud. So get used to doing that. You're reframing things. You're reprogramming your subconscious mind. Okay. Number 13. Taking new actions based on what your body needs, okay? So if what you're doing is working, you don't need to even watch this video. If what you're doing or not doing is not working, you have to take new actions. I do this all the time. This is your comfort zone. This is taking new actions outside of your comfort zone, okay? So things you've not done before, okay? And it can feel scary, and that's okay. Because you can talk to your ego, your comfort zone, it just wants to keep you safe. Okay, it just wants to keep you safe. And that's okay. We want our egos, but if we are looking to make soul-aligned choices that are going to nourish us, that are going to get us the results that we want, and we don't have those results yet, you have to take new, different actions, okay? Some people can take really big actions outside of their comfort zone. Most people need to take tiny little steps and then just keep building, okay, and creating habits. And only you are gonna know what's best for you. I tend to do really well with big changes, and I do it quickly. I always have. Sometimes I jump before I think. My husband will think something to death. So we're a good match, although we both get frustrated with each other. But you know what I mean. You're gonna know how you are, okay? Giving yourself, so number 13 also is about giving yourself the time and the space, the quiet that you need, the nourishment you need, the movement you need, the boundaries that you need, being able to say no and not having to explain yourself, okay? We do this all the time, especially us women. Oh no, because and then we go into this long explanation about why we can't do that thing instead of just saying, no, I'm not available for that. That doesn't work for me, and just moving on. So again, this goes back to belief work and healing, but anyway, you got to take new actions. Okay, number 14. Be gentle and compassionate with yourself on your journey, okay? But holding yourself accountable. So you want to be gentle, because berating yourself isn't working, hasn't worked, ain't ever gonna work, at least long term. So it's about getting into that energy of compassion for yourself, but also holding yourself accountable, okay? Or find the support you need where someone's going to hold you accountable. Because if you come to me and you say, this is my intention, I've decided, this is my goal, and I check up on you a couple days later and said, have you done XYZ like you said? And you say no, I'm going to say, well, you said you wanted to, so what's going on? Let's dig into it, okay? Because a lot of times I find that we're a little too gentle with ourselves. I mean, sometimes we're kind of funny. We beat ourselves up, but then we don't hold ourselves accountable. It's kind of interesting. And again, it's something to dig into. If that's you, dig into that and, kind of see what's going on. Maybe you need to go back and revisit number 1, where you actually really don't want to release weight. You just don't really want to, but you're shooting on yourself. Okay, cool. Number 15, last but not least, reassess often and course correct. If you have been diligent and consistent with an action step for, let's say, a week or two, and you're just not seeing nothing, come in, journal about it, see if there's something else you need to do, and be willing to course correct. Don't be so stubborn that you can't change what you're doing. Be open. Again, that goes back to what number 6 is, being open to changing your beliefs, changing your perception, widening those blinders to see what else. We can get really stubborn and think, no, this is how I have to do it. And you know what? Maybe not. And so be willing to reassess and course correct as needed. Okay. But you have to make sure that you're being consistent. A lot of times we'll be like, well, I visualized that one time and it didn't really work, so I don't want to do that anymore. That doesn't fly. Consistency. Okay. Because your results, how you feel, will tell you whether or not it's working. And it's really important to notice and distinguish the difference between your ego self, again, that doesn't like to make changes, and your soul self that really just knows already. Okay. So there you go, y'all. Whew. This 35-minute video. I didn't realize it was going to be so long. I'm going to leave you there. I will say that helping women release weight while getting into that energy of loving themselves so much more is my passion. Okay. I am all about creating that environment and that support of self-love so that you can go forth and create the life that you want, shining your light, really making that impact on the world that you came here to make. Okay. If you need help with this, you might take these 15 steps and go off running. And if you do, yay, let me know how it goes for you. That's exciting. If you need help, I offer 2 ways to work with me. I do one-on-one 30-day intensives. Okay. Pretty intense. This is for the go-getter. This is for the person who is like, heck yes, let's do this thing. 30 days, really intense. A lot of, we meet once a week on a private call. There's a lot of communicating in between. Lots of, you get a workbook, you get a care package, a lot of things going on there. Okay. If that's for you, reach out to me. I want to see if we're a good fit. We have to be a good fit. Otherwise you won't get success. You won't have the success. I also offer a still intensive, but a group program. It's a 12-week group program. It's still intense. It's not quite as intense. It's not quite as tailored. It is more of a catch-all, okay? One-on-one, you get all the one-on-one. We don't do 5 million beliefs. We go in and we hone in on your root cause, okay? A group program is a group experience. It is still awesome. It is still amazing. I've had women that have loved it and have really shifted in how they look at themselves and their bodies and all of that. It is still very powerful, but it's just different. Some people like one-on-one, some people like group. So I offer that as well. I will put the links so you can check out the details for both of those. If you have any questions, you can hit me up. I also have a private Telegram channel, a group. Telegram's an app. Not everybody knows about it. It's awesome. I love it. It's an app, but you can use it on your desktop. You can use it on your phone, your iPad, all the devices. And it's called Love Yourself Slimmer. And that group is solely about women who are looking to release weight. I do lots of things over there. It's pretty cool. And I think that's all. I'm going to stop it here because it's getting long. If you have any questions, reach out. You can message me on Facebook. You can email me. I will put the link to email me below. You can comment, and I look forward to hearing from you. These 15 steps, there's a lot in there. There's kind of sub-steps within the steps. There's probably more that I have even forgotten to put on this list. It's not, never will say that this is it, because I'm always growing and experiencing and learning and widening my perspective. And as I do that, my work shifts and changes. So this is the 15 steps as I see them right now. In a month, it might be different, but this will get you started. There's a lot here to work with. So have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching. Comment below, like, share, subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.